Prayer to Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarva Sastradbi Piyusha, Sarva Vedaika Satphala, Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadya, Sarva Lokaika Driprita, Sarva Bhagavada Prana, Srimad Bhagavada Prabhu, Kalitando Diktaditya, Shri Krishna Parivartita, Paramananda Pataya, Prema Vakshaksharayate, Sarvada Sarva Sevyaya, Shri Krishnaya Namostute, Asad Sadhu Dadayin. Asadi sadhu dadayin adinochata kara namuncha kadachinmam premna hritkanta yospura. Translation. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O nectar churned from the ocean of all Vedic scriptures, you are the most prominent transcendental fruit of the Vedas and are enriched with the jewels of all philosophical conclusions. You grant spiritual vision to all people of the world and are very life breath of the Vaishnava devotees. O Lord, you are the sun which has arisen to dispel the darkness of Kali Yuga. Actually, you are Lord Krishna who has returned among us. O Srimad Bhagavatam, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. By your recitation, one attains the transcendental bliss because your syllables shower down pure love of God. You are to be served by everyone, always, for you are an incarnation of Lord Krishna. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O my only friend, companion and teacher, O my great wealth and deliverer, O my good fortune and bliss, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O bestower of saintliness to the unsaintly, O uplifter of the most fallen, please never leave me. Accompanied by your pure love of Krishna, please manifest yourself in my heart and throat. One more prayer. Bhutair mahadbirya imam puro vibho nirmaya chete yatamusha purusha bhungte gunan sodasa sodasatmaka so alankrishishta bhagavan vachamshi me. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who enlivens the materially created bodies of the elements by lying down within the universe, and who in his Purusha incarnation causes the living being to be subjected to the 16 divisions of material modes, which are his generator, be pleased to decorate my statements. Hare Krishna. So now we are concluding the prayers of Gajendra today. We are studying Gajendra Moksha since many weeks. It's a special prayer by an elephant. So now the prayer is going to end. So we are in the project of only studying Gajendra Moksha, means prayers of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is full of prayers, but we are now focusing only on prayers. Other part of the Bhagavatam we are leaving. So Bhagavatam itself, as we read recently, this prayers by Sanatana Goswami, that Bhagavatam is none other than Krishna, who has returned among us in the age of Kali. So these prayers give us guidelines how to pray to the Supreme Lord. So the prayers make miracles. So here, see, animals means they are full of ignorance. There is no way that an elephant can follow regulative principles, 16 rounds, Mangalarati, book distribution, services. No chance for an elephant. But Gajendra is a very special soul. He was a devotee. Because of one curse, he became an elephant. The merciful Lord made him to remember those prayers. So if we recite the authorized prayers, one may be an elephant, but they get the mercy just by repeating the authorized prayers. So now Gajendra is calling that Supreme Lord, which he did in the previous lives. So he remembered because of the mercy of the Lord. We know this verse from Bhagavad Gita that Krishna says that I give you the remembrance and forgetfulness. Smritir Jnanam Apohanam cha. Smritir means remembrance, Apohanam means forgetfulness. We have forgotten all our previous lives. But one thing we will never forget, that is devotional service. This is the beauty of pure devotional service, which Prabhupada has given us, that we are not going to forget it. Because Krishna will make us to improve. Though if in case, if we fail in this lifetime, we can continue from where we left it. So that is the mercy of the Lord. He protects his surrendered souls. Somehow or other, he will make a path for us to escape this material world. So now, whatever Gajendra did in his previous life didn't go waste. Everything came as a remembrance. So he started praying. So such an exalted prayer, sir. So verse 25, 8:3:25, Gajendra is saying, I do not wish to live anymore after I am released from the attack of crocodile. What is the use of an elephant's body, covered externally and internally by ignorance? I simply desire eternal liberation from the covering of ignorance. That covering is not destroyed by the influence of time. So this prayer is a very wonderful prayer. This devotee comes to this stage when he is done with the material world. Unless we are done with the material world, it's not possible for us to escape or go out of it. Prabhupada many times mentions that which is binding us here in material world. The attachment, the desires, material desires we have is the reason that we are here. Otherwise, Krishna definitely wants all of us to be back there. A mother always wants the children to be around her. She doesn't want the parents, any parents also. They don't want the children to be on the streets or in dangerous situations. Similarly, the Lord, Supreme Lord, Krishna, has the motherly affection for all the living entities. So he definitely wants all of us back there, and he has given us the path also. But unfortunately, the ignorance is covering us, and we are so much attached with the material world, which is prohibiting us from going there. So now, Gajendra is saying about ignorance. I don't want any more life here. So please make this as, after this, let me be relieved from this material world. I don't want to be in elephant's body or any body. What is the use of being in elephant's body? Because it is covered internally also by ignorance and externally also in ignorance. So he wants a covering which is not affected by time. There is no time in spiritual world. So he is asking, please relieve me from this ignorance. Also, here Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport that from the Gautamiya Tantra, that this prayer we say, Om Ajnanati Miranjasya Jnananjana Shalake, Shakshur Unmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. It's a prayer to the spiritual master who opens the eyes by torchlight of knowledge. When knowledge is there, when light is there, there is no darkness. So when knowledge is there, there is no ignorance. So Gajendra is asking in the similar way that please remove my ignorance. Unless we have higher power, it's not possible for us to get out of ignorance. That's why we need Guru, we need Guru Parampara, because we don't know swimming. So now we are in the mid of flood or some powerful river or some in ocean. Some who knows swimming and who is a powerful person can help the person who is getting into the water, right? So this powerful person is Supreme Personality of Godhead and his representatives. So through that, their help only it is possible for us to get out. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So verse 26, Gajendra is saying, fully desiring release from material life. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Person, who is the creator of the universe, who is himself the form of the universe, and who is nonetheless transcendental to this cosmic manifestation. He is the supreme knower of everything in this world, the super soul of the universe. He is the unborn, supremely situated Lord. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Gajendra repeatedly praying to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is very clear about it because he knows 100% that only Krishna can help. Only the Supreme Personality of Godhead can help us from any dangerous situation. Demigods are there, the representatives are there, but they cannot help us really. They can become the instrument. The human beings have this tendency that we are protected by our bank balance. We are protected, we are saved by the doctors, medicines, friends, and other relatives. So we depend on others, other things for our protection, even for material protection. But ultimately, Gajendra know that this is the material dangerous situation. For Gajendra, what happened? He is been attacked by the crocodile. It is dangerous situation, materially dangerous situation. But still he understood that only Krishna can help. So that's why he is repeatedly calling the Supreme Lord. And he is saying, who is the creator of the universe? Who is the universe himself? You see, this is the universal form of the Lord. The universe is nothing but Krishna's material form. He is energy. It's his material energy. And so, but he is transcendental to cosmic manifestation. He is not under it. He is above it because it is coming from him. He is the supreme knower of the world. He is supremely, he understands, he knows everything because he is there as super soul. It's a very highly philosophical prayer. This cannot be uttered by an elephant. So he says again in the verse 27, the super soul, the master of all mystic yoga, who is seen in the core of the heart by perfect mystics when they are completely purified and freed from the reactions of fruitive activity by practicing bhakti yoga. See, bhakti yoga in different yugas, in Satya Yuga and other yugas, bhakti yoga, sometimes they do this meditation on the super soul in other yugas. Here in Kali Yuga, bhakti yoga means chanting the holy name of the Lord. In other yugas, they meditate on the Supreme Lord as Vishnu or Krishna. Then only they can be liberated from this material world. So now when we say that yoga, this bhakti yoga is very important. Other yogas, they depend on their own strength. Prabhupada many times mentioned this. Ashtanga yoga is like depending on the person, the devotee is depend on his own strength. But bhakti yoga is depending on completely on the Lord's strength. So for this, a best example can be given is that babies carried by animals. There are two animals are normally given example. One is monkey, another is cat. If you see how a cat takes its kittens is by the mouth. The cat takes the kittens by its mouth. But whereas monkey, so the baby cat, the kitten, don't do anything, just surrender. So mother carries. Whereas in the case of monkey, the mother monkey doesn't carry the baby. The baby clings to the mother's body. You might have seen. Many times I have seen that the baby monkeys fall down from trees and other high places also. So here the yogis are considered as monkey babies, but the devotees are considered as cat kittens. So bhakti yoga is a process where the means and goal is same. If somebody is in Bhakti Yoga, that means they achieved. Because that means it is carried out by the Supreme Lord. We are chanting the holy name of the Lord. The Lord and the holy name are same. So those who have taken the shelter of Bhakti Yoga means it's guaranteed path. Ashtanga Yoga depends more on the sadhaka, more on the practitioner. They have to be very, very strong. So here, Gajendra is mentioning about the Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yogi, not about anybody else. So here, Prabhupada is saying that, he's quoting Brahma Samhita, that Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Shanta Shadaiva Hrideshu Vilokayanti Yam Shyama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So, who is Shyam Sundara? Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees are in their hearts of hearts, with the eyes of devotion tinged with the salve of love. This is Bhakti Yoga. This is definition of Bhakti Yoga. What it means, Prabhupada gave us a package that we always, 24 hours, we think of Krishna. So unless we meditate on him completely and depend on him in every minute of our life, then success is not possible. So that's why Prabhupada gave us the package that always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna, chanting 16 rounds, and never forget Krishna, engaging in devotional activity throughout the day so that we don't forget him. So that 24 hours package is needed for us. So that kind of remembrance about the Lord stops us to get into ignorance. Okay. So here the next prayer is a very wonderful prayer. My Lord, you are the controller of formidable strength in three kinds of energy. You appear as the receiver of all sense pleasure and protector of the surrendered souls. You possess unlimited energy, but you are unapproachable by those who are unable to control their senses. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you again and again. You are the controller of formidable strength. Strength means strength. Formidable means powerful. Strength only. If such word comes in English, that means it is very powerful. We can understand the meaning as very powerful. What is the very powerful three energy? Prabhupada is giving in the purport. Three things: attachment, greed, and lust. Attachment, greed, and lust. These three things are the impediment for our advancement. But those who have taken shelter of Krishna, for them the impediments go away. So that's why our Bhakti Yoga, see, in Sri Sampradaya, the Saranagati is the end. For us, Saranagati is the beginning. From Saranagati, we start. So when a devotee becomes surrendered, like a cat kitten is carried by the mother cat. So when we surrender to Supreme Lord and surrender to the process of Bhakti Yoga, that means we have to follow Bhakti Yoga every minute. When we follow Bhakti Yoga every minute, then we are carried by the Supreme Lord. When we surrender to him every minute, surrender is not by just, oh, I surrender. That's all. Then afterwards, we don't do anything. No. Surrender means, for example, the cat kitten is always depend on the cat, mother cat, right? For his survival. Similarly, surrender means always depend on Krishna and do the devotional service. So, such cases, these impediments, which the powerful three kinds of energy, that attachment, greed, and lust, they make an impediment in our progress. They will be removed by the Supreme Lord. Now, for Gajendra, the crocodile is stopping him from prayer, or crocodile is attacking him. But he surrendered to Krishna. Then Krishna, the Lord, Supreme Lord, came with a Sudarshan and cut off the crocodile. Same thing will apply to us also. So the next verse, I will explain the very important explanation Prabhupada gives us. That he says, Gajendra is praying, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by whose illusory energy the Jiva, who is part and parcel of God, forgets his real identity because of his bodily concept of life. I take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose glories are difficult to understand. So here he says the Jiva has forgotten the Supreme Lord because of the identification with the body. So, though each jiva is part and parcel of the Lord, but the jiva has forgotten that. Like a rich man's son, one minute. Rich man's son forgot that I am the son of a rich man. That Bible story. He has taken the property from the rich man and he lost all the property. Then finally, when he became very poor, he was taking the food given to pigs. Somebody had to remind him, oh, you are not so poor. You are son of a rich man. Please go there. Go back to your father. He will take care of you. Please. So the jiva, similarly, this is the same condition for all of us. Because we are attached to the body, we have forgotten our real father. Our real father is a rich man, but now we are eating the food given to pigs. We are rotting in this material world. So when somebody reminds us, you belong to Krishna, then oh, I belong to Krishna. You don't have any suffering. Oh, I don't have any suffering. No, yes. If I identify with the body, I have full of sufferings. If I don't identify with my body, if I understand correctly that Jivere Swarup Haya Nityere Krishnadas, then I am okay. I'm fine. So we are, and this Maya is covering the living entity because of his willingness to forget the Supreme Personality of Godhead and make his own plan to enjoy the material world. The enjoying material world has two types. One is prohibited enjoyment and another is sanctioned enjoyment. Some Vedic thing. They are saying sanctioning some enjoyments. Like, for example, somebody goes to Swarga, somebody goes to Indralok, Chandralok. It is allowed sense enjoyment. But enjoyment is enjoyment which will bind the jiva here. It's prohibited enjoyment or unprohibited enjoyment. Enjoyment will bind you here. So when the jiva decides that I don't want a material enjoyment, I want to serve Krishna, then life starts, real life starts. So here, when a jiva comes to this platform, Brahmabhuta Prasannatma Nashoshati Nakanshati Samaha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Labhate Param. When somebody comes to the Brahman platform, this kind of Brahman platform, then they start the bhakti. Then the real bhakti starts. So now Sukadev Goswami is concluding that elephant Gajendra was calling, Gajendra was not calling any demigods, clear. We should, from this, we understand that no one else except Krishna can solve our material problem or our ultimate spiritual award. If we want to get Krishna Prema also, only Krishna can give. Or we want relief from material suffering, that also not any material means can help, only Krishna can help. In any situation, only protection is given by Krishna. That understanding we got from Gajendra's prayer. Gajendra is not calling anyone else except Krishna. So, at the time of, see, now Gajendra is put into very pressurable, like, it's a situation is like that, very tough condition he was put into. So Prabhupada is quoting Tatten Kampam Susamikshmano Bunjana Evatma Kritam Vipakam Ridavakvabir Vidadan Namaste Jivetaye Mukti Pade Sadaya Bhak. So when if devotees are put into such difficult situation, what do they say? This is the prayer by Brahma in the 10th canto. That he, my dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your costless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds, and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body. He is surely eligible for liberation, for it becomes his rightful claim. Mukti Pade Sadaya Bhak. It's rightful claim. Like a son takes the property of the father, grandfather also. It's rightful claim. Similarly, a devotee who tolerates patiently his karmic reactions, thinking that I had to undergo a lot, by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, I am undergoing less. But normally people think the other way. I am so beautiful. I am so rich. I should be enjoying like this, but I am suffering. Like that, generally people think. I deserve more. I need to get more. But you know what happens in my life? But the devotee thinks differently. How? I need to suffer more by Krishna's mercy. I am suffering only little bit. My head has to be chopped off, but only my hat has gone, flown away. How Krishna is merciful. When undergoing the problems, thinking like that, patiently waiting for the mercy of the Lord throughout the life, then liberation, the Mukti Devi comes to the house of that devotee and stand folding hands. Oh, I am ready. Mukti Devi means and liberation personified, which happened with Gajendra. Gajendra was Indradumna Maharaj in South India, was a very good devotee, was meditating on the Supreme Lord. But an arrangement was made so that he comes to the Krishna, he comes to spiritual world quickly. So he sent Agastya Rishi there. When he was meditating deeply on the Lord, he didn't know what is happening around him. So he didn't open his eyes when Rishi came, Agastya Rishi came. So Agastya Rishi with this disciple felt very humiliated and he gave a curse, become an elephant. But this is something external. Krishna had ultimate plans. Indradumna Maharaj accepted it. Okay, fine. I will accept it. Then he became an elephant, forgot everything. But when time came, right time came, he remembered. He remembered and he called. All the prayers came up. So if we learn any prayers in this lifetime, surely next lifetime it will be easy to learn it. So all these things will not go waste. Swalpam apyasya drayato mahato bayat. Even if we have done small amount of pure devotional service, that will not go waste. It will protect us from big calamity. So for surely for devotees, Krishna's protection is there. That is for sure. That is guaranteed. That is one of the symptoms of surrender also. If somebody is surrendered to Krishna, they completely have trust that Krishna is protecting. Krishna will protect. But when the devotee suffers, For example, if we suffer for 1,000 years by crocodile bite, what will be the reaction? Maybe we leave Krishna consciousness, or maybe we curse devotees, curse this, curse that, criticize this and that. But here Gajendra uh, showed us an example that, patiently reciting the prayer, calling that Supreme Lord. He didn't call any demigods. He didn't call any relatives, anyone else except Krishna. That is the understanding. So even we are materially suffering, we should seek that Supreme Personality of Godhead's help for anything. For anything, we have to depend on Him. Sometimes we feel, no, for petty things, so why should we disturb the Lord? But we should have the understanding. I have this problem, but the solution can be given by Supreme Lord only. Nobody else can solve it. Whether it is a small problem or big problem, only Lord can solve it. That understanding we should develop. Though we may not pray to solve the problem, but we surrender to Him at any stage. Any problem, any stage, we have to be surrendered soul. What is this surrender? What is this surrender? Surrender means Anukulyana Krishna Anusilanam, Anukulyasa Sangalpa, Pratikulyasa Varjanam, Rakshishyati Vishwasho, Goptrutve Varnam Tada, Atma Nikshepa, Karpanye, Shadvida Sharanagatam. 6 symptoms of Saranagati: doing favorable things for devotional service, avoiding the unfavorable things for devotional service, always depend on Krishna. Don't take shelter of anything else, anyone else apart from Krishna. Always remain humble and always believe that Krishna will protect. So all these things are symptoms of surrender. Practically, how we apply this, we have to keep on go with our life, whatever it is, doing our sadhana bhakti, not for anything material. Prabhupada gave us this only because he never taught us, oh, you have bodily pain, okay, chant this mantra. Now, you want wealth, health, this, chant this mantra. No, no such things. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is ultimately invoking the Krishna Prema only. A surrendered soul keep going with the sadhana, bhakti yoga process, having complete faith in the Supreme Lord's protection. So go ahead. So in this condition, Gajendra, which is so painful, no? Blood, see, 1,000 years means he lost all energy. But when he saw the Lord, he plucked a lotus flower and offered it to the Lord. So in our life, we may be suffering, we may be having this mental disturbances, physical suffering, financial problems, any kind of problems may appear. Bhakti yoga is not dependent on any material condition. Yes. For doing bhakti yoga, for chanting the holy name of the Lord, do we need money? Do we need anything? No, just chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is very simple. Bhakti is very simple. For this, not very materially, we need to be very opulent, or even physically, we need to be very strong. To chant the holy name, we don't need anything except pure heart. Pure heart we need. Yes, we need pure heart. So when we do this, when we surrender to Him with unflinching faith, that is very important. With complete surrender to Him, rest is taken care of. Just keep going in your life, completely surrendering to Him. Say, Krishna, from today I am yours. No? That Ramayana verse. Then Lord Ram protects even the enemy. Vibhishan, everybody said, don't give him protection. Vibhishan is from the enemy side. Nobody trusted him. Rama said, whoever it may be, if they say, from today onwards, I am yours, I take them, I take care of them. So every day, every minute, we say to Krishna, I am yours. So how to understand this even more deeply, the surrender? So we are all fallen into the dark well of material world. So Krishna is always extending his hand to pull us up, to take us up. But we are not raising our hand. We don't want to go there. That's the problem. He is ready to pull us. But we are very scared. We are attached to our property. Like for this one material example is given. There was a flood situation. So the government definitely will take some measures to help the people who are afflicted by flood. They take them in the boat or they come in the helicopter, carry them, help the people to escape. But one lady was attached to so many things in the house. Oh, my jewelry, my saree, my utensils, my house. So many things she is. So the rescuer is coming. Come on, flood is coming. Come. No. I need to protect this. I have that. With so many things, they cannot protect, right? They cannot pull her out. She was kept on taking care of the things in the house. Then the flood came and covered her up. Similarly, Krishna is ready to liberate us from this material world, but we are running behind so many things in this world. If we understand this, then every day our prayer, our chanting will be pure. So one day, today or tomorrow, I have to leave everything and go there. So let me focus on that goal from today onwards. So we surrender completely to that Supreme Lord like Gajendra. So many prayers takes the example of Gajendra, especially in Tamil. There are many prayers says that, you helped Gajendra, like that. The verses comes like that. Similarly, we can also say and pray, oh Lord, you helped Gajendra, like that, you please help me. Those who relish the prayers or recite the prayers of Gajendra, they also get the same benefit. You see, we need not memorize and recite also. Just by understanding the prayers of Gajendra and just by hearing the Gajendra Leela, we get the ultimate benefit, you see. So the Falastuti says that one who remembers the story of Gajendra in the early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, they are fit to get liberation. So Gajendra prayers are very, very powerful, and many devotees they recite together. So we are completing today the Gajendra. So we pray to the Supreme Lord that we also get the same determination like Gajendra. Although he was completely in problem, dangerous situation, very dangerous situation. But still he is asking that after this, I don't want to come back here. Oh Lord, give me liberation. That's the thing. Even asking liberation, of course, our Gaudiya Sampradaya is not motivating us to ask liberation. But here, we should, in our condition, we should try to go back home, back to Godhead. Prabhupada says that we should try. Yeah, ultimate is na janam, na sundarim. Ultimate is I don't even want liberation. But we can pray. We should think. We should meditate how I can go out of material world. Otherwise, when we come back here again and again, we may be entangled here. So this attachment, greed and lust, they are very powerful forces. They are very powerful and they cover us. And they become impediment in our path. They are very powerful. They are powerful Maya. So to get out of it, we have to surrender to Krishna. Once we surrender to Krishna, all these things doesn't matter because Krishna has more power. Will pull us. So surrendering to Krishna by raising our hands and chanting the holy name with pure heart. As long as we are in material world, every step is full of danger. So every minute we have to surrender. Every minute. It is not surrender once and forget and do our karmic activity. No. Surrendering is every time, 24/7. Chanting on Japamala, 16 rounds. Other times we should chant the holy name. Hare Krishna. Any doubts, comments, clarifications? Gajendra, Gajendra Leela. No doubts for anyone. Or anyone can narrate. You are in your life, from your life experience, you were in danger and how Krishna protected you, how Krishna helped you to come out of it. You can share your experience.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Mataji.
Pranam Jyoti.
Mataji, when I started chanting initially, at that time we were going to Vrindavan and we had no petrol in our car. Me, my father, and my younger sister were there only. And we were on the expressway highway. There was no petrol pump for the next 2-3 hours. And we have driven the car for 2-3 hours already without petrol. And then next 2-3 hours we have to cover. And at that time, we reached Vrindavan without any difficulty and we found the petrol pump. And there was no petrol, really. There was no petrol. And it was a miracle for us how we reached Vrindavan. We were only chanting in the car. We were doing nothing. Like, we were not even praying that we want to reach safely. We were just going, it was all just going on. And then we realized we had no petrol in the car. From the time we left the home, and now we have checked and now we have no option. Let's go.
Oh. Miracles happen in devotees' life, huh? Very nice.
Yes, ma'am.
So anyone else want to share your experience? Like how Gajendra and
I'll share a story. It's not about me. It's about one of the ladies who serves at the temple. She was driving home one morning quite early, like 5 a.m. She had been early in the morning for some reason. And she suddenly got a flat tire. And around where she got the flat tire in central London, it's still very dangerous at that time in the morning because there's all sort of crazies around. But someone came out of the blue and said, "Oh, I can help you with that." And he changed the tire and then disappeared as quickly as he appeared. And she was so astounded by it. She could only put it down to Krishna's mercy, that someone just appeared at that time, helped her change the tire, and then disappeared. It was like miraculous. So she was attributing that to Krishna's, protection.
Yes.
Yeah.
For surrendered souls, Krishna helps it. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mata. There have been so many times when Krishna has been there for me. I had so many people pop up out of nowhere and come to my rescue. And I just had to just speak up and just say, Bangladesh. Just thank you.
Anyone else? There are so many devotees today.
Mataji, your class, that link was posted in, there's a group of BVK's lady disciples. It was posted there, that's why.
You did?
No, I don't know. Another Mataji, her name is not, she doesn't have her name. I don't have her contact saved, so I don't know who is that. But somebody posted.
Nice, no? Then every time you post, then we will.
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
Or 1 people also I am speaking, 10 people also speaking. Or you add me in that group so that I will.
I'll add you. You can put it there. Yeah.
Kamila Mataji posted
Kamila
in
posted.
that group.
Thank you, Kamila.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have that number saved.
So many Vaishnavis, Sangha. When I speak to 1 devotee also same, and 10 devotees also same, more devotees also same. So then we get more motivation. So together we can learn. That's okay. So then we can bring out more topics for ladies. Next week I cannot give. Next week I can give. Okay. We will bring out some topics if you want, or we will continue with the prayers.
Pranam Mataji, can I say something?
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, this is Radha Gokulam Dasi. I wanted to ask, how many sessions have already passed in this particular series of prayers from the Srimad Bhagavatam? And but those could be, shared.
Yes, Mataji, if you go to my channel, GITA, Otherwise, I can give the link in this group also. Geeta Govinda Dasi, there is a channel. English classes, because I give a lot of Tamil and Hindi classes. So if you go to English classes, there it is there. Or if you message me in WhatsApp, I can give. Or if
Mataji, I'll add you to the group, that group. Radha Gokulan and Mataji is also there. You can post the links there.
Okay, I will give so that seriously from the beginning, Kunti Maharani prayers, there are Sri Dharma classes are there. Lots of Sri Dharma classes are there. We have done so many Sri Dharma classes which can listen. We can have more also. Yes, Mataji.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to give another story, actually, one that I experienced of Krishna's protection. I was cycling to the temple one day, and for some reason, my brakes just went on out of the blue. I went flying over the top of the handlebars. And luckily, there wasn't much traffic around because I ended up on the ground. And when I got up, I could not believe there was nothing wrong with me, absolutely nothing. And at that time, I was... I had a little picture. I had a plaque kind of thing, cardboard thing with Lord Nrsimhadev on it at the front of my bike. And that was snapped. And I thought, I really connected. I thought Nrsimhadev has taken that injury for me. That's how I perceived it. Because his picture was cracked and I didn't have a thing wrong with me. I was on my way to the temple and I really kind of intuited that Lord Nrsimha has protected me and taken the injury. It was quite miraculous how I didn't break anything or nothing. Is there? Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this experience. Yes, Sangeet and Dasi.
Yes. So I wanted to thank I think Mataji, who is speaking through Lashika. Lavanga Mataji, she just spoke earlier. So I think Nrsimhadev might have, he wanted to indicate through that crack that he's present there for your protection. Maybe he hasn't taken the injury, but he just, that's the way Lord indicates, because Lord, sorry, Mata, go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that Lord Nrsimhadev actually took on the injury, but he he kind of transferred the injury to the I just felt that he'd relieved me of being injured. So yeah, he
Yes.
protected me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
One of the experiences I can share of protection was that I had gone to Vrindavan with two other Matajis when I was in India, and what had happened, we went for Govardhan Parikrama, and we were not aware that during Gurpurnim, I believe like few days before and after, we should not go for Govardhan Parikrama because it's a very chaotic in a sense that there's a lot of Rajwasis playing Rangoli, and it can be, especially for Matajis, it's not very safe. And we happened to go, and halfway through Parikrama, we realized that no one was there, like not a single devotee we saw doing Parikrama. And I, before getting into like a auto, it was a van. I pray to Srimati Radharani, and I pray to Lord Nrsingadev that kindly give us protection. And when we reached halfway there, I didn't want to say anything to other Matajis because I didn't want them to worry. But then the other Mataji said, "Oh, no one's here." And we reached Radhakund, and there were Vrajvasi boys there. They were playing uh holies with color and mud and water, which was not clean. And it was not very safe. So we happened to get away from the crowd of young boys that were there. But I was just sitting at the temple, which is close to one of the entrance of one of I think it's Swarup Damodar
Maharaj. Damodar.
Maharaj, yes. So the two Matajis, they went inside to arrange for prasadam, but I was just sitting outside, and I was sincerely praying to Radharani at Radhakund, and the boys, they appeared again. But then they didn't do anything to me. But then there was one couple who came from another city. They were running behind them and after them for like some kind of Lakshmi, or and I was quite surprised that why didn't they do anything to me? Why didn't they come after me? So it's like and they were so close. It wasn't even like I was sitting in a protected area with fencing or anything. And that was quite surprising to me, because that's like really like Srimati Radharani, Lord, was truly protecting me. So that was a wonderful experience to share. Not that I would ever go for parikrama again during Gurpurnim, but also recommend for other Matajis to go. But just the experience was amazing to know that Lord is always there for us. So yeah, thank you, Mata.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So anyone would like to?
Mataji, if I can share, like you are aware of, like after COVID, I had a bad physical health and mental health. I was not able to sleep nearly for 3 months. So I tried different medicines, and I wrote to some astrologer also. That time was really bad, but it was like I didn't miss my chanting, although I was completing the number of rounds, because I was uh, totally deranged. Because if you don't sleep for 1 night, 2 night, 3 nights, it's really very bad. And it was whole 3 months consecutively after my family went through that COVID episode in Delhi. It was really bad, and I lost my mother-in-law. All that things were so traumatic. And then some medicine worked upon me, and I was wondering that at this age, if I get all right, I'll be on medicines for throughout my life. But thankfully, by Krishna's mercy, I had medicines for 2 or 3 months, and I came out of that. So I realized, like, Krishna washed off my sins during that time, and I had realizations, many realizations during that time, because there were many non-devotee relatives of mine that were telling me, what do you get? You are practicing this, because it's like I am kind of going out of the way. Like, you are aware of my situation, like from the starting. So they were after me that, what do you gain? You are not eating this, you are leaving this, and now you are having bad health. You suffered so much in COVID. But I had no answer. Like, I was quiet and I chanted and I prayed and I literally cried every night to Krishna. Krishna, please, like, uh, remove my sins. Please pardon me. What offense I have committed? And then I met His Grace Keshwanand Prabhuji, and he explained me that like, Krishna gives suffering to, like, his devotees, maybe to teach them or to show others that they are tolerant and they don't give up bhakti. I'm not so elevated. I'm not telling because of that, but it was like I learned a lot and I inculcated so much patience and tolerance. And there are so many other things also, like small material things, when Krishna is there to protect us. Like, thank
Very good, Mataji. Thank you very much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, anyone else? So we will continuously meet every Tuesday. And if you have some specific topics also, you can tell me. We can together learn, or we will continue with the prayers. Any comments? Or some Mataji wants only Sri Dharma, I can go ahead with Sri Dharma also. Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, the topic of prayers is really, really appealing, and I quite look forward to next Tuesday if I'm able to join. Thank you so much.
Yes, Mataji. We will continue. Yes. Prayers. We will continue with Bhagavatam prayers. In that, other things automatically we can learn also. Sri Dharma will be learned automatically. Okay. Yes. And I have a Saturday class, Saturday evening, for young girls, young unmarried girls. This is to specifically train them to become a chaste women in their life, and to give them, because nowadays the youngsters are so much spoiled, and some favorable youngsters, when they come to class itself, that they have a favorable mind. So the children, those who don't want to do anything, they don't come to the class. At least they are connected with some senior Matajis, so that they have they have some guidance. So if you have some very young girls, our Ruchira Mataji is taking class on Friday. Little bit older girls, I take on Saturday. So please contact us. The same connection only in the evening time. Okay. Thank you very much. Sangeeta, you want to say something?
Yes, Mata. I just wanted to say we can also pray for each other. That's very helpful too.
Yes, yes. Yes. When we please Krishna, that in that prayer itself, it is there. We wish that everybody advance in spiritual life. That is automatic in that. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Mata.
So Vanchakalpadasa Kripasindirbevacha Patitanam Pavam. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Krishna.